We welcome you to Blues Game Day Live alongside Joe Vitale, Darren Pang here at Enterprise Center. And Joe, you played in the league a long time. We've all dealt through a little adversity. I guess game one on home ice would be a little bit of adversity early on. But it seems like these players, and one of the reasons why Doug Armstrong brought these character players and veteran players here is, you know, to maintain an even keel. The Stanley Cup's not won on day one, but what can we learn from what happened against Winnipeg?
Well, yeah, certainly not the start the St. Louis Blues were looking for, and you know, you can't get really mesmerized by the 5-1 score either because, look, this is a great team in the Winnipeg Jets, you know, projected to make it to the Cup final, if not take it all the way this year. So it was a tough test for the Blues, but I thought there was a lot of positives to take from the game. I thought the power play improved slowly as the game went along. I thought Jake Allen looked very good in the first couple periods, you know, let a couple ones go in the third. And I thought the fourth line was productive. And, you know, you can't just be all negative about the score, but to look at some of the positives and some good direction of where this Blues team's going.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I felt bad as a former goaltender and one that, you know, I've been on, you know, losing ends, and whenever somebody sees the score, then the fans give them the jeering. I thought it was, anyway, it's an area that we'll talk about. Unfair on the goaltender. The Blues had a number of really good chances. And you as a forward then, you have a couple of chances, and you know that the game's a 1-0 game. I mean, it seems like the Blues players after the game, to a man, took that responsibility upon themselves.
Yeah, they did.
You know, many guys had many chances to score goals, make it 1-1, 2-1. The Blues hit some posts early on, so a lot of good opportunities, and I agree with you on building on something from that game.
Certainly, I mean, a game of inches, a game of bounces, and you know, sometimes I don't know even why I'm doing this job because I haven't got this game figured out yet. Because you look at a game like that and you hit 3 posts. You know, Ryan O'Reilly has an open net backdoor in the power play.
Unbelievable save.
That would have made it 1-1 heading into the third. Hellebuck came up huge there. And it's a completely different game. So it's just amazing, the little bounces, but you have to take all that in consideration moving forward. And it's really about the veteran group, like you just said, Panger, and what Mike Yeo said yesterday. Right now, it's behind us, and it's all about the response here tonight.
Well, tonight's game, obviously Saturday, the Blues have a pregame rally at 3 p.m., weather permitting, though, Joe. Don't bring on the rain, Joe. Don't do that.
I'll try not to.
The players are going to walk the blue carpet as well. It is a blue carpet. You know that.
Is it Heritage Blue?
It's Heritage Blue. And you can see behind us, the players are actually, it's an optional skate, but they've got the Heritage Blue. I love the pants. I love the colors. When I think of being a kid and watching, as a young man, watching the St. Louis Blues play with Jacques Plante and Glenn Hall, and then you turn the page to Liut and Federico and those boys, I think more of these sweaters here and in this coloring scheme. So I look forward to it. You must feel the same way being a St. Louis boy.
They're super sharp. I love it. I love how the accents are right. The helmet and the gloves, everything matches. Because sometimes teams, they do these third jerseys, and they kind of keep the white helmets or the traditional dark color helmet.
Can't do that.
No, but it's just it just flows nicely, and I love Jake Allen's helmet.
And
take a look at Johnson's pads tonight when you're a warm-up.
Yeah, Chad Johnson's pads are really, really cool. The way the blue note is kind of separated, you put the pads together, and it's right there as well. We've got a couple of guys out there skating, so we'll give you some updates here. Joel Edmondson skating on the ice. Chris Thorburn, as you know, recalled from the American Hockey League. He's out there skating as well. The 23-man roster is kind of right there, so I'm not sure, and we don't know exactly if Joel Edmondson's going to play. They don't play until Thursday, so you know, some would believe maybe one more game off might help him and give him a few extra days.
You know, traditionally, that's when you see a 4-game gap in a player with a groin injury or a lingering injury like this, you kind of think, give him one more night off and then give him 5 more days to kind of regroup. But you never know. And but people also adding tonight, I'm going to get your thoughts on Robert Bortuzzo with, you know, some skill with Kane and Taves and DeBrincat, a lot of skill forwards up front. It can't hurt to throw in number 41 tonight.
No, you know what? I think he's very unheralded in a lot of things that he does. Number one, the big physical aspect for sure, Joe. But he's also a good reader in gap closure. He keeps pucks in on the offensive blue line where he doesn't prematurely bail out of that blue line area. So he's got a really good knack, hockey sense-wise, the short passes out of his own zone. So, it's a shame that he couldn't play Game 1, but it's the Chicago Blackhawks, and Chicago won their Game 1. They were in Ottawa to open it up. I was going through a couple of line combinations, you know, DeBrincat and Jonathan Taves, and you still keep the Sod group with Schmaltz. Well, it'd be nice seeing the Schmaltz boys playing together, of course, and Patrick Kane. And Kane being everything on that team. I mean, he's the water bug through the middle of the ice. He's the one that backs you off and makes plays. So that's going to be an area that, whether it be a Bortuzzo or whether it be any defenseman out there, to make sure they're really tough on him and make sure that he doesn't have any time and space, because he can make you pay a premium.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, time and space. You just mentioned it. With number 88, those are the two things you have to take away when he's on the ice. You know, big overtime goal a couple nights ago in Ottawa, so he's already feeling it early, and he logged 24 minutes on the ice as a forward. I mean, that's an insane amount of ice time. So a huge, huge key tonight for the St. Louis Blues will be taking 88 out of the picture.
Yeah, and if they, they still have some veteran defensemen back there, and obviously Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook has got a big, heavy shot from that right point. So anyway, things to. I think the other thing would be the whole team, the whole mindset, playing a good, solid team game. And there's an area in the game. You're up there with KMOX, and I'm down at ice level, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I thought one of the areas that they had to shore up was their passing. I thought they were just off the mark. Was that what you saw from up there?
From up top, the execution was a little bit below par.
It was, yeah.
And I think Mike Yeo addressed that in the media yesterday, and he confirmed that. And I think that when you look at a team like the Winnipeg Jets, who have so much speed, and the Blues maybe falling a little bit behind in the speed game, you have to execute so much better than your opponent. And I think that's one of the areas where they lacked.
Tape to tape, huh?
Tape to tape, and especially coming out of the defensive zone, because this is a team that thrives on the offensive zone, especially below the hash marks. That's where they're going to make their money, especially that Ryan O'Reilly line. But you have to get there. And if you can't come out of your defensive zone cleanly, it's very hard to get to the offensive zone.
How about the young kids? Game one. Man, there was no nerves there, was there?
Oh,
that was fantastic. I loved watching them play.
My favorite shift was when the Thomas line, the fourth line, was out there grinding it away, and all of a sudden the crowd started kind of getting up.
They fed off it,
That's what a fourth line needs to do. The fourth line, just create momentum, get some juice going in the building, get some juice going on the bench. But I do want to ask you one question, Panger. Cam Ward, and that obviously a huge, I think, weakness for the Chicago Blackhawks, and Cam Ward's had a great career in Carolina, but without Corey Crawford, what do the Blues need to do against him tonight in order to have success?
Well, I think anytime you're an older goaltender, I think there's times where shots from outside, easy pickings. There's a couple that Connor Hellebuck saw. He's a young goaltender. His eyes are sharp. That was easy. It's like picking cherries.
Right.
I think when you get older, the fight that you have to have through traffic, the picking pucks up with big bodies in front. If you think you're going to beat a goalie from distance, it's not going to happen. It's got to be, an unbelievable shot or a misplay. So I would say that would be number one. Maybe get in his eyes. Make sure you make it hard on him, and make sure you pounce on loose pucks, because I found the older I got, the more I really didn't want to get down, digging down there dirty, Joe. I want somebody else get that puck out of the way. So get in there for the loose pucks and make it really difficult on Cam. He's been a good pro, but and he's got a new lease on life with the Chicago Blackhawks. But I'd say get on him early, and maybe the Blues can gain some confidence that way. And in game two, Jaden Schwartz was great against the Blues, against the Blackhawks last year. I think he had maybe a hat trick in one of the games. He had 4 goals, so he was humming. So look for that line maybe to get a little bit more too in the offensive side of it.
You were way too pretty of a goaltender to get in the dirty areas, Panger. Come on, we all know that. So.
Well, I was low to the ground, so I could pick up those pucks pretty well. All right, buddy. Well, let's enjoy it. Pre-game rally again, 3 p.m., weather permitting. Players walking the blue carpet. Come on out there. Beautiful Saturday. Hopefully the weather's going to be great. Blackhawks 7 o'clock puck drop, KMOX, and on Fox Sports Midwest. We'll see you there. So for Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Enjoy your day, everybody.